Ni hao, wo jia hai yuan, jinshin shi archie, uh, Archie, archery, arch enemy Archie, arch enemy Archie. It's the 7th February. One of the best bands ever was the Minutemen. T. Boone was their singer. George was their drummer. Mike Watt was their bass player. They expanded the vocabulary of music by playing these really inventive, what I think of as like strangled funk, suffocated funk, claustrophobic funk. I've been thinking of how to describe how the Minutemen funk. They funk out in all their songs almost. But it's this like punk funk where it's like a shortened version, condensed version of a funk jam into like literally like 10 seconds. A lot of their songs are like 1 minute long. So I'm going to review their two best albums, and most of the songs I'm talking about are like 1.5 minutes, 2 minutes. Some of them are longer, some of them are normal amount of song. But, it's a grab bag with the Minutemen. You get some weird shit on a Minutemen record. It's a tragedy D. Boone died. Last review I did was Television Marquee Moon. Last song D. Boone performed was a cover with the band of See No Evil, which is an amazing song. Anywho, Dee's Car Jam, Anxious Mofo starts out double nickels on the dime. Double nickels on the dime, I think, is better than the other record. It's a car starting first, and then you're thrown into the deconstructed, the strangle funk. Theater sounds at first like a breather with cool chords, and then it's the strangle funk, stumble punk, Boone talking about some revolution that he's gonna start. Vietnam is amazing. Vietnam is one of my favorite songs. Just amazing funk song. Pretty straightforward lyrics. They don't rhyme because Boone doesn't rhyme with his lyrics usually. But they're great lyrics about the Vietnam War. Pretty straightforward for D. Boone. Cohesion is a completely solo acoustic guitar piece that I like a lot. He explores these chords that are very pretty in an unusual picking pattern. It's Expected I'm God. So good. So funky. Love the Mike Watt bass. Love Mike. I make certain that my hand is connected to my body. No hope. See, that's what gives me guts. Big fucking shit. Right now, man. Nonsense. Beautiful nonsense from D. Boone. Number one hit song? I wish it was a number one hit song. I wish this was allowed to be number one. It's a romantic kind of love song, but it's D. Boone writing it, so it's crazy. So it's like a crazy person's version of what a romantic love song is. But it's so good. It's not like offbeat, poetic free association. It's a great song. 2 beats at an end, has a rock and nice verse, melody, great funk breakdown. Do You Want is good. It's more new wavy, kind of chordy, like, I don't know what to call that. I don't know what to call music. Should probably adjust its center, right? Should probably do a lot of things. I'm out of fresh lemons, that's why. Still always out of the tea. Don't Look Now is a cool, like, funk blues groove. The lyrics are D. Boone and Crazy D. Boone. They're playing. Actually, no, the lyrics for this song are kind of like a normal song. They're kind of not at all what I just said. D. Boone usually does really weird, not making any sense. But they're playing in a live. It's a shitty live recording of them playing in a small bar where you can hear people talking over them. This is like track 5 on their best album. This is why I love this band. Shit for an Old Notebook is literally maybe my favorite song on the record. And it probably is just lyrically shit from an old notebook, but I like this notebook. Let yourself be heard, moral ideas progress, psychological models of self should be destroyed. Just kind of yells that at you. It's actually kind of one of the best songs. My favorite songs. Morals, ideas, progress. Let yourself be heard. Then the best guitar solo ever. Not ever, but the best. I think the best D-Boon. Second best D-Boon guitar solo on the record. I'll tell you the best. Dark, rhythmic, funk jam that sounds like jazz. Could be clean funk. That's nature. It's got a great catchy riff. And it's like the Boone poetry. What could be romantic to Mike Watt? He references his other band member. He's what could be romantic to you that I'm playing with. Oh, he is only a skeleton. His body a series of points. No height, width, length. Those are the lyrics to this song. I love this song. Instrumentally, it's amazing. Lyrically, I think that's an amazing thing to write as a lyric. Pain is the toughest riddle. He's a child. He's a dartboard. He's a sex disease. He's a stop sign. Political song for Michael Jackson? Great. Chugging, bass line, floor tom. Maybe Parting Will Help. I thought I had a favorite song already. I don't remember what it was, but I think now the new one is this song. Maybe Parting Will Help rules. The breakdowns, it gets even funkier with the breakdowns. Just great shredding. I love that. The D-Boon peak riff. I'm obsessed with this song. Fucking dude. People need to listen to Maybe Parting Will Help. Gets even funkier. Toadies. That's what I'm saying, dude. They don't let up. They give you the funkiest shit so far, probably. Then they give you Toadies. Same level of funky shit. Crazy Mike Watt. Big Foist. Great song. Rich understanding of authority. Understood means no for the here and now. Yeah, D-Boon just yells like political revolutionary ideas in his head at you. And they don't rhyme. But I like them. I like his voice and his guitar playing a lot. It goes into like a composed section, and then like funky shuffle goes back into a jam. They do a cool ending on this where they just play a few notes like very precisely. They're so precise for a punk band. Like they're not a punk band. I don't know what the fuck they are. They're every band that I love is not one thing. As I look above this beautiful land, I can't help but realize that I am alone. Why am I able to notice life is so beautiful? Maybe Party in the Hall. What of the people who don't have what I ain't got? Are they victims of my leisure? To fail is to be a victim of choice. Mike gets even deeper on the second one. Retreat is great. Sounds for the most part like a soft, subtle song, and then it just becomes loud and abrasive funk burst, and then it's over. Big Foist is like a bluesy shuffle, philosophical diatribe, and then a completely necessary, precise few note breakdown to end this nonsense. God bows to math is based around this really cool Mike Watt snarly bass line. You may have noticed the pattern. I like Mike Watt's bass playing a lot. Next is Corona. This is the Jackass theme, so you've heard this song probably, even if you don't know what this record is. You've probably also heard History Lesson Part 2 because it was on Sublime 40 Ounces to Freedom. Sampled. Corona. Jackass. Yeah. Anyway, this song I love. It's one of their most optimistic, straightforward, rock and bluesy, just rock and roll. Just doesn't even sound punk really. It just sounds like country, rock and roll, everything. So good. Sound kind of like a conventional rock band. The lyrics don't rhyme, but they're like normal-ish lyrics. It's like optimistic, like the people will survive in their environment. The glory of man. Is this the best bass line? I think the best bass line is actually down later. But this is maybe the best bass line. Rock and chord progression, funk breakdown. Then they groove over it, repeat once, over. Next song. Batter up, motherfucker. This is how the Minutemen do it. Here's your song. You want another one? Bam, another song. This record is 41 songs. They're all great. Take 5. D starts with pretty acoustic electric guitar stacked with a melody and Mike Watt talking about like ceilings and showers and getting really abrasive, and then it melts into a chaotic freak out breakdown. My Heart in the Real World sounds perfect as this like melodic kind of ska rhythm, dancey, just like, I don't know. I enjoy this song. It's very catchy. It's one of their more straightforwardly pretty songs. And it's followed by History Lesson Part 2, which is one of my favorite songs ever. I love the lyrics from this song. I'll post the Minutemen playing it acoustic in the description with some other stuff. It's one of my favorite songs ever. I just think it's beautiful. I think the lyrics are beautiful. It's so honest and straightforward. I mean, I know D Boon writes all these different types of songs, but this is like autobiography. It's like literally, this is me, and it's so pretty. It's so good. I love this song. Anyway, You Need the Glory is all Georgie, all percussion, out of tune, weird nonsense. There's jazz scatting. Then, Roar the Masses, we're back to the strangle funk, back to the suffocation blues. Sometimes it's all funk on these songs. Usually it's funk composed funk, or it's the verse is funk and then the composed is the chorus. West Germany, weird disorienting stumble beat and fear of death, typical. Politics of Time is next. Starts with a really disorienting breakdown. This drum showcase really for Georgie, and then D Boon starts throwing out riffs and themselves. Starts with a good drum beat, and the chords are sparse. It moves through like a pretty melodic part, and it's over. Please Don't Be Gentle with Me. Claustrophobic, military, precise funk, punk. Nothing indeed. Shuffle triplets underneath chord ideas, and then the bass line keeps changing into the verses and the bridge, and then verse bridge again next song. That's what most of these songs are. They're usually verse bridge, next song. No Exchange is basically a building Watt bass line for 1 minute by itself, and then Boone comes in for like 10 seconds with like yelling and a couple chords. There Ain't Shit on TV. How do others see me? I'm worried, but I feel guilty. The media robs and betrays us. No more lies. We are responsible. It's a nice, pleasant groove. Ain't No Picnic reminds me of Toadies. It's like back in that. There's just funky, dancey. Oh, love this minute, man. Spillage, the drum beat is like a drum intro, like a that they usually play for a few measures. That's the entire beat. And then the chords are very cleanly around this while Mike noodles, and I don't know. It just collapses into abrasive guitar nonsense deconstruction. But just beautiful. Next song, untitled song for Latin America. It's like a funky bass, straightforward riff song. Kind of nice after the fall apart of the last. Jesus and Tequila has maybe the most memorable guitar piece of D Boon ever. I love this song. Such a nice groove underneath. Mike just holding it down. Georgie. June 16th is a mid-tempo experimental song. It just feels like they're trying out like notes and rhythms. Mike takes a solo, and then Boone takes a solo, I think. Storm in My House. It's more of a traditional like rock chord, new wave. Not one of my favorites. Martin's Story, I love. It starts right away with like the strangle funk. And then there's the build to a peak, and then the peak never happens. There's just a build. There's like the composed like, here's about to be a over next song. Next song is good. Through Dr. Wu is like a country ballad, like with two people singing simultaneously. Not really harmony, just talking like one like about showers. Like One person's singing the lyrics, the other person's talking about a shower. And then it goes into the strangle funk. Anyway, the next song is The World According to Nouns. And it's a psychedelic noise freakout. It's like, there's like 4 measures of music, and then it's just like drums and noise. Love Dance is one of the best songs. It's super funky. I think this is the best bass line. This Mike Watt bass line is incredible. When the guitar comes in, it's so good. Just D-Boon layering different chords. They have this like telepathic connection. I love this band. 3-car jam, car engines. You opened with an engine, you got an engine on the way out. You got a ride. Free ride. Come on and take a free ride. What makes a man start fire? The second best Minutemen album. Equally good, honestly. Bob Dylan wrote propaganda songs. Just spitting facts. D-Boon just spitting facts. D-Boon can't help but spit facts. One chapter in the book keeps up the energy, keeps up the tempo. But it's, it sounds like the same. They sound to me more on this record like samey, like they have a formula of like these kind of songs, these fast, kind of more punky songs. Then the lengths they go on the other album where it's really experimental, really like there's acoustic guitar, like there's very unpunk stuff on it. One chapter in the book, except its chorus is like melodic and lush. It's like the same tempo, same. Fake Contest starts with like slow funky rhythm, beat, hi-hat, Georgie. Then it goes through like a nice riff with a like high, like I think it's a recorder. That's over. There's a breakdown. There's a very short breakdown, but a very clean breakdown. Beacon Sighted Through Fog, which is too dark. Beacon Sighted Through Fog, the song. I'm just like literally reading up. This is the stupidest way to review anything ever. Beacon Sighted Through Fog, which is too dark and weird to get funky. It's more in a Beefheart deconstructionist vein, honestly. Mutiny in Jonestown. I just have to press enter in between the song. That's all I have to do. Then I'll know when I'm done with pretending that I'm saying what I'm reading. East Wind Faith is mostly Georgie talking to a drum solo. Taking a drum solo. I'm high. I smoke marijuana. I apologize for this review. Listen to the albums. I'll link some live stuff. Just watch the live stuff I link. And then like my video, because I want the dopamine. East Wind Faith. Mostly just Georgie taking a drum solo. Then there's some chords and some Boone yelling, and next song. Over. It's like a minute. Pure joy. Great dancey funk riff at the end. It's like a mini composed part, then back to the funk for like 2 measures. Like a 2-measure guitar solo. Song over. 99. Fairly melodic, goes to feature like the best Boone soloing. Wake Up Heart, Yanked Out Anchor, Dragging Behind, Anchor Dragging Behind. These are just lyrics from the song. The Only Minority starts with like a jagged stop-start, and you're into the strangle funk, the fucking Colors. Gets into like, yeah, Piri Ubu, Gang of 4, pop group. These are the bands that sound like this band. You'll probably enjoy equally those bands if you like this band. They're equally good. The Road, bluesy rocker. Priority, just a freak out. Just like a psychedelic, crazy closer freak out. Instrument soloing, like the ending of a song, but there's no song. It's just like the ending, just like the whatever finale. And that's the end of the album. That's my favorite 3 Minutemen records, technically. and 20 minutes. Hare Krishna.